However, there are always people who do not fulfill the duties of their pets' owners at all. To get rid of their pets, they place them in a dangerous environment and leave them to fend for themselves. Such a person, in my opinion, does not deserve to be called a master at all. At that time, in an empty building that had been abandoned for many years, a strange cry, resembling the cry of some animal, could always be heard. When people approached, they discovered that a dog was actually living on the top floor of this building. What is puzzling is that all the entrances and exits to the building were locked. In most of the building, there was neither food nor water. In the long term, the dog was likely to die of hunger. Well-wishers reached out for help from local animal rescue agencies. After the staff arrived at the scene, they soon found the dog trapped on the top floor. Wang Xin looked at them with a sad expression, as if asking people to save her quickly. However, everyone walked around the building several times but could not find any entrances or exits. It seemed that all the doors and windows were blocked. Finally, at the back of the building, they discovered a broken window on the second floor, which was the only way to get inside. With the help of a ladder, several thin volunteers climbed inside, but they were surprised by the scene inside. Rickety tables and chairs were scattered in disarray, leftover books and study materials were strewn everywhere, and a few words still remained on the board. If it weren't for the faint smell of dust in the air and the collapsed ceiling, I fear no one would believe that this was a school that had been abandoned many years ago. Why was he locked in here? The volunteers whistled their whistles and thoroughly searched each empty classroom. As they climbed the stairs to go upstairs, a cute little head suddenly appeared around the corner of the staircase. The dog looked a bit shy, lowered its head, and did not dare to make a sound. Confirming that the little one was not aggressive and would not harm anyone, the staff put a happy collar on him. I don't know how many days the trapped dog had been there. There was almost no flesh on its body, and it was so thin that only bones remained. Even though it was so hungry that it had no strength, the dog still showed friendliness to people, wagging its tail in front of them and trying to be playful. The sight of this attempt to show kindness made the volunteers cry. The staff discovered that the dog had a collar around its neck, proving that it had at least one owner. If that is the case, then the owner must have been very cruel. Then everyone searched every room in the building, but found no food, no water, and no signs of other creatures. Confirming that no other dogs were trapped, the volunteers led the dog to the exit. Mao Zi was clearly a little afraid of heights. He clung tightly to the windowsill with his paws, his whole body was pushed away, and his two back legs were constantly flailing in the air. Fortunately, the volunteers were very professional, and Wang Xin successfully landed. He deserves a better owner. Before sending the dog to the rescue station, the volunteers took him to meet the dog's first rescuer. The dog also realized that these people were his own rescuers. His eyes were full of gratitude, and he expressed his thanks to the well-wishers in his own way. Such a sensible dog deserves a better owner. Soon after, good news came. Thanks to the lively and caring nature of the dog, Wang Xin was adopted by a family less than a month after arriving at the rescue station. Now he lives a carefree life, loved by someone every day. Of course, the dog will only show his true self to the person who loves him.